Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with the second episode of the King Rules, a position where the king plays an important role. I was looking for this position to show you, it's very nice. I couldn't find it in my files, so I asked one of my good friends, International Master Dharma Cham, and he dished up this position by memory, and as it always happens, just after he told me I found it as well. It was actually a composition from the German composer Franz Sackmann, and it was published in 1924. It's white to play and draw. We only have two kings and we have two pawns. White is going that way, black is going the other way, and it is white to play and draw. The problem for white is that his king is far away, and also that the black pawn is a lot closer to the promotion square than the white pawn. Can white save this position? The knee-jerk reaction does not work. Running towards the pawn as quickly as possible loses for white. King f8 does not work. King f6, king e8, king e6. The black king is holding off the white king and keeps doing that. And now the king runs towards the pawns. He could have done that on an earlier move as well. It doesn't really make a difference. Let's see why this loses for white. King b7, king c4, king b6, king c3, king b5, king b2, and the white king is just too late. There goes the white pawn, and with king b1 the black pawn will go through. There's nothing that white can do against it. Black will get a new queen and will win this game. So back to the start. Running towards the pawns does not work, but what does work is the other way. King h8, going away from the pawns, draws for white. Unbelievable, but also very logical. King f5, what is that? What else is there? Black has to run towards the pawns, and now white follows. And as we'll see, let's make a few moves. King c3, king e4, king b2, and now white is on time with king d3, king takes, and king c2, because the black king is now in a cage, cannot get out of the way of the a pawn. King a1, king c1, and this game will end in a draw. So with the very counterintuitive move king g8 to h8 away from the action, white can save his draw. A nice one to remember, quite instructive. You will be able to save half a point if you know this. Franz Sackmann, 1924. And this is another one composed by Josef Moravec from Czechoslovakia, published in 1947. This is white to play and win, and it looks good for white. His king is in the center, the black king is all the way on g1. But not everything wins. Let's play king c4, let's go straight after the pawn. But then black gets his draw with king f2, king b5, king e3. White is going to take black's pawn. It doesn't really matter if you take here, because then there is king c4, a4, king b4, and the pawn is lost. And if after king d3 you don't play king takes b7 but play a4 first, then king c4, a5, king b4, and white cannot make progress. If you take the pawn, black will take the white pawn, and if you push the pawn it will just get taken, and black has his draw. Let's go back to the start. We have seen that king c4 does not work. What about a4 instead, running with the pawn first? That also leads to a draw after king f2, a5, and then the very nice move, also one to remember, king e1 makes a draw. It's the only move that makes a draw. Black is going to approach the white pawn from behind. King c4, what else is there? King d2, king b5, king c3, king b6, and king b4. We saw this position already. This is a draw. With a very nice move, king e1 on the second move. So what to do? Well, white can still win with a very nice move, king d3 to e2. Also away from the action, but the purpose is to hold off the black king. King g2, and now a4. King g3 and king e3, again holding off shouldering the black king. If you go back, that doesn't help you because now white has an extra tempo. King d4, king f3, king c5, king e4, king b6, and as we see, black comes too late. a5 and a6. The pawn promotes, white wins. So let's go back. We were at king e3 and we played king g2. What if we go the other way? We go to g4. Then white keeps shouldering the king, king g5, and now white runs away. King f5, king c5, and as we'll see, black will be late again. a5, king c4, king takes the pawn, and white wins. So with the wonderful move king d3 to e2, away from the pawns, white is going to win its position. If he doesn't play that move, but any other move, the position will be a draw. One very nice variation we saw is that after a4, king f2, a5, black can draw with king e1 and approach the pawn on a5 from behind. Very instructive. Joseph Moravec, 1947. I hope you enjoyed this second episode of The King Rules. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel, and please leave a comment if you like the video and if you like the series. It would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.